Hello guys, in this video I would like to explain about models output, and we are now at the second last step, model output. We will see some brief information about model output, and we have done a separate video for each of these steps, and there is a general video also which can give you the overview of the data science process. So if you don't know about these videos, you need to watch these videos, and the links to these videos are given in the description of this video. So what does it mean by model output? When you have trained the model, you have tested and evaluated the model, you need to deploy the model, and we have done this in the previous video, that what does it mean by deploy the model. And then you have some output from the model. The output can you can have the output of the model uh, according to the objective of your study, what objective you have set for your study. This can be classification, this can be prediction, this can be time series framework or something like this. So that the model output can be aligned to that objectives which you have. Okay, now let's see how we can talk about the model output. Let's see. Okay, model output. The output of an ML model varies by types. Yeah, that's true. I have talked about this already, but now you can see a bit detailed at how classification models and logistic regression, random forest, SVM neural network, and maybe other model you can use for this purpose. Predict class label, e.g. route or no route. So in case of routes and no routes, there are two classes, so you can predict these classes, and you need to train the model with the data, and then test evaluate the model, and then you can predict in the future that whether it will be route or no routes, depend on some predictor data which have the contribution to routes. Probabilities like likelihood of class, such as 90% chances of extreme rainfall. So you can predict probabilities as well, but you need, again I will say, you need to train and test and evaluate the model. Decision boundaries for a model like SVM, you can use this. And regression model, now that was about classification. Now regression models like linear regression, random forest regressor, and neural network, and maybe others like JVM, gradient boosting machine, and many others. And maybe you can use deep learning model as well for this type of purposes. A continuous numerical prediction is predicted temperature is equal to 32.5 degrees centigrade, and maybe this can be higher, like in the South Asian region and some region of the Europe, or some in Australia can be 40 or 45 degrees centigrade. So you can use these model. You can have the output, in the continuous numeric prediction, and you can use these models and other as well. Clustering model, and for cluster analysis you can use chi-means or DBSCAN. Cluster assignments, region X belong to cluster 2 or region Y belong to cluster 3 or something like this. So you can use these models, and the output can be like the groups of the data, which can make some cluster. Centroid for k-means, that's mean you have to choose, or then you need to update and optimize, centralize the central values for k cluster. The cluster, of course, there can be different clusters for your data. So for each cluster you need to define centroid, and then you need to optimize that. And time series models, okay, I just need to make smaller. Okay, in time series model, ARIMA, LSTM, and so these model you can use, and the output can be forecasted values. You can use this model, and the output can be forecasted values, like expected CO2 emission in 2023 can be 450 ppm, and so on. Yes, so these are some of the model output, and that's entirely depend on the objective of your study, what objective you have set in the initial step, in this step, the first step of your data science process and data analysis, that depend entirely on that and that step. So I think this is enough for today, and thank you very much. See you in the next video. Ciao.